Plaintiff James Severance is suing his former friend Ryan Cobb for dental bills and pain and suffering due to an assault. James says Ryan headbutted him and knocked out his 2 front teeth during a fight. However, Ryan says James is the one with the violent temper and he's been abusing his girlfriend for years.
This afternoon, we have the case of James Severance, who is suing his former friend for dental bills and suffering due to an assault. And on the other hand, Ryan Matthew Cobb, who is simply saying that he is not responsible for the damages or for the assault of the plaintiff. All right, tell me what happened.
I met Ryan about 2.5 years ago, and we quickly became good friends. We used to do a lot of things, go to the desert and concerts and such, and I noticed that he had a propensity for violence. On one occasion, Your Honor, I actually had to restrain and pull him off a mutual friend of ours. He punched him in the head like 3 times. And another occasion, we were at a concert and someone accidentally bumped into him. And so he turned around and tried to chase the guy down. And that
So you're alleging
again,
that he's got a temper and that temper turns into physical violence?
Yes.
All right.
I never thought it would ever happen to me because we were such good friends. But, and then one time he headbutted me and knocked my teeth out. And I actually have photographs of this assault, Your Honor.
How long ago was this?
This was January 30th.
Did you file criminal charges against him, James?
At first I was going to, but then we made an agreement that if he paid for my dental bills, I wouldn't press charges on him because he was on probation at the time. And I actually have one of my teeth, if you'd like to take a look at that. That was a crown. He knocked one out initially at the time, and I went to the dentist, and the other one was bent backwards so bad that he had to pull that.
And there's blood on a pavement. Is that what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, that's in front of my house where it happened.
So what are you suing for?
I'm suing for the remainder of my dental bill, which is $4,540, and the rest for pain and suffering, because it's going to be a year till I'm going to get my teeth back because I have to get dental implants, and the bone has to regenerate for 6 months. Then they screw the implants in, and those have to heal.
Let me ask you a question. Why? I mean, this must have been painful. Not just that night, but for a long time thereafter.
Yeah, it was.
You never thought about calling the police?
Well, I did call the police, actually.
So you have a record of this?
Yes, I have a police report.
But you chose not to file charges. Let me see the police report. Because he was on probation.
Yeah, and he agreed to pay the dental bills.
Did he pay the dental bills?
He started to. Then it became trying to hunt him down to try to get some money, and it became less and less and less.
What was the argument about, by the way?
It wasn't really much of an argument. He was in a bad mood, I guess, that day because because
Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to have you come up in a minute. Go ahead.
He was supposed to get off probation that day, his formal probation, and he missed his appointment, and so he had it rescheduled for a month later. So he was in a bad mood.
Okay. All right. What is your name?
My name is Sunshine Gebhardt. I'm Mr.
Sunshine Gebhardt?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Sunshine. What's your relationship with the plaintiff?
I'm his girlfriend.
All right. What do you know about this incident?
Just to go to the date of the incident, I was actually at home. Jim had taken our dog out to the beach. Ryan had stopped by looking for Jim. He had been drinking, had a couple quarts of beer, was complaining, obviously in a really bad mood, about missing an appointment with his probation officer. I called Jim to let him know that Ryan was at our house looking for him. We agreed to meet at a hamburger joint. Ryan didn't have any gas, so he rode with me to the hamburger joint. We ordered some beers and some food. Jim wasn't happy with his order, so he sent it back and decided to go home. So me and Ryan stayed, he finished eating, and then we drove to our house.
So what happens at the house?
I came out to meet him outside when they pulled up, and Ryan he got out of the truck and just walked away real quick to his truck. Okay. And I'm like, okay, see you later, Minus. Bye, Minus. And that's a nickname of a mutual friend of ours because, if you hang around him, you seem to come up minus things and minus money, minus. So.
Well, that was a real precursor to what was about to happen.
Yeah, and he didn't like that and doesn't really like that guy. So, and he said, what? And just started running up to me by the front door and just headbutted me.
Okay. All right. Did you witness this, Sunshine?
I did.
All right.
Plaintiff James Severance is suing his former friend for dental bills and pain and suffering due to an assault.
All right, let's hear it.
That day, yes. I was a bit bummed out. I wasn't mad about my probation, that I had to get a rescheduled appointment. I was a bit bummed. I had spoken to James Severance on the phone. And he was pretty intoxicated when I talked to him, all right? He tells me, hey, man, let's meet up at the burger joint. It's called Fuddruckers.
So you and Sunshine go to Fuddruckers.
Yeah, to meet
And James meets you there.
Jim,
So we agree so far.
we met up over there.
Right.
He was heavily intoxicated when we got there. They only had $20 for food. Jim wanted a bucket of beer and a burger. And it doesn't come with fries. You have to order the fries separate. He tried to intimidate the cashier behind the register by telling her, you give me fries. You give me fries.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
That's not true.
That is true.
Let's assume it's
Then-
true. He's a jerk. He wants fries with his beer and his hamburger.
But you can't
so what?
demand it. And
So
then,
what?
then
What
he
are you,
intimidates the
protecting the
management.
waitress?
I didn't know. I didn't do anything.
All right, so move on. Keep going.
All right. Jim accuses Sonny and I of taking his keys to his Jeep that he was driving. Okay? He storms out of the restaurant after he gives his food back, takes the truck that Sonny and I had come there with, and then leaves us there. Okay? Sonny went, oh no. She took off out in 5 o'clock traffic and was out in the middle of traffic. Him and her are arguing at the truck. I find the keys. Yes, it is true. I pull out to the entrance. I honk the horn and say, hey, Sonny, come on. We got a ride. Let's go. She jumps in. We drive back to his house. I turn the Jeep off. I hand her the keys. I said, I'm leaving.
Right.
She gets out of the Jeep and starts walking towards the front door. Jim comes out and goes, what'd you buy for him?
What?
He goes, what'd you buy for him? What'd you buy him? What'd you buy for him?
Asking Sunshine.
Yeah, and he's
What
getting in
did
her
she
face
buy
and
for
she's
you?
like this. I didn't buy him anything.
Getting in her face,
And then he goes,
Your Honor.
follow me, shoves her in the house, okay? I got out and I seen it.
That's not true.
And yes, it is.
Hold on. You got to speak your piece. I want to hear what he has to say. Go ahead.
It is true. Been to
He
their house.
shoves her in the house.
Yeah, and then I go, hey man, chill out, And I started to walk towards my truck. Then he directs all his anger at me and goes, he's got a beer in his hand. He's like, saying a bunch of stuff I can't even say in your courtroom, Your Honor. And I felt majorly threatened by him. And hey, it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm sorry, Your Honor. All right? I felt severely threatened by him, all right? He was like coming at me. Yeah, I did take a step towards him. I did headbutt him. But at that, also, I've been to their residence many, many a times and seen Sunshine covered in bruises, beat up, black and blue fingertip bruises all over her arms and legs, limping before.
Okay.
He's calling her a scumbag, a worthless.
Okay, but were you going there to protect Sunshine?
No, not right at the moment. No, like I just told him, hey, chill out. And then he looks at me and he starts going off on me. And yes, he did call me minus. And no, I didn't like that, but
Well, minus isn't a reason to assault
no,
someone,
it's
is it?
not. But I've watched her cower to him and put her head down and go in the other room when he just, he just has to look at her. She runs away.
Let me ask you a question. You admitted in your recitation of the facts that you headbutted him.
Yeah.
And it's basically because he was acting like a jerk and he was cursing and shoving Sunshine, having nothing to do with you. Yes? No?
No. Once I said something, he directed his anger towards me.
All right, let me ask you this. For all the times that you allegedly saw James threaten Sunshine,
Yeah?
did you ever call the police on him?
No, I didn't call
Did you
the
ever
police.
talk? That's a yes or no answer.
No, ma'am.
Did you ever talk to Sunshine about the fact that he doesn't have the right to lay his hands on her?
I never tried to address the issue, no, because
right,
I didn't
and-
feel as though it was my business.
Sunshine, he ever lay his hands on you?
We get into altercations occasionally, but no, not like he's saying, nothing like what he is saying.
Cool.
Why haven't you paid the medical bills? You signed a note saying that you would pay for his medical bills, right?
Yes, I've already paid him $1,190 exactly. Then,
And how much do you owe him?
honestly, I think I only owe him half of the bill because I would not deliberately, Your Honor, try and hurt somebody like that. No way, no how.
Okay.
Whatsoever. When I was a baby, when I was about 2 years old, My mom left an abusive relationship like that, and she raised me up in life to not be like that. And once I found out how it was over there with them, once I really got to know them, it wasn't cool anymore.
Your Honor, he's definitely like that. There's other instances.
No, I'm not.
Where we got cut off in traffic. He jumped out of my vehicle and started punching on the guy's driver's side window.
That was your fault. You cut that guy off when we got off the freeway,
and so
you tried to run him off the road.
That's enough. We have the dental bill.
Let's see, those are the statements.
Hate to break the news to you, Ryan. $6,100. Have you seen the bill?
Oh, yeah.
And you signed a promissory note saying that you would pay that money. Is that correct?
He was standing there with a phone in his hand telling me if I didn't sign that paper and promise to pay him all the money, he wanted it in writing. Otherwise, he was going to call and press major charge. I said, no problem, Jim. No problem at all.
He was threatening that he would call the police, but at the same time, he had a right to call the police.
Yes, he did.
You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
I was not threatening him with that. I didn't want to see him in jail because then he couldn't pay for my dental bills. And I was doing everything I could to help him out. And yes, and you know, he might not have meant to knock my teeth out, but he meant to headbutt me. And when you do that to somebody, the worst can happen. And this is exactly what happened.
Do you have anything else you want to say, Ryan?
It's not going to help me.
I've got a voice message that he left on her phone as well.
Let's hear it. Just hit it.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You guys, Jim, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'll pay for it to get fixed.
All right, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's you, right?
Yes, Your
And there's
Honor.
no question that when you headbutted him, he suffered the injury, $6,100 worth of dental bills. There's no question that he made the decision not to call the police, which isn't the smartest thing to do, because you were not even off probation yet. You would have ended up going to jail again, and for his own selfish reason, not able to pay him, but you're not paying him anyway.
Defendant Ryan Cobb admits to headbutting the plaintiff, but he says the plaintiff started the altercation, so Ryan should only be responsible for half the bills.
I have a couple of thoughts. You said your mom raised you not to be a violent person.
Yes.
Not to fight with people.
Yes.
The point is this. If you're familiar with domestic violence and you see domestic violence, you have an obligation to help someone like Sunshine. When people put their hands on you, they are not just angry, but they are controlling you. They are possessing you. They are trying to manage every aspect of your life. You have the right to have an integrity of your body. And I'm worried about you. I'm worried about any woman who denies when other people have seen her being a victim of domestic violence.
Ryan has actually exaggerated and put something in your head that is completely blown out of proportion.
You know what? I started one of the first domestic violence units in the nation in 1978 when no one was talking about battered women. I know them when I see them. I want you to take care of yourself. And at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, Ryan, you owe him the $4,800 that you have left on that dental bill. You headbutted him. You're responsible for the injuries that are a result of your intentional act. He was a jerk calling you names. People ought to stop drinking. The more they drink, the more they start fighting. All right? You're responsible. That's my order. Take care of yourself.